speaking of lifestyles of the rich and famous, as you talked about, we got one of those gentlemen right here. Gee, Mr. Monaco, good to see you here in your home event. Was a fairly rough draw to start out. Last year's Rome finalist, but you got to be happy with the straight sets performance today.
That's the part I think I'm the most happy with, and it's still straight sets, but a couple hours on the clay. So that's the reality strikes quick after Miami. So I'm just happy, honestly. I'm just happy to get through that match. It's it's one of those tournaments when you have such a quick turnaround and you need to put yourself in the best position possible, and you don't have much time to build up, to work on things. But nevertheless, I'm happy that I was just able to kind of control the game a little bit more today.
I thought you looked pretty sharp out there today, especially first set and a half, second set, some pressure moments, but came up with some huge serves.
Yeah.
Not easy with that turnaround.
Yeah.
What did that look like this year for you? Similar to last year?
Yeah, similar, but as soon as I stepped back home, we had to have a little bit of a talk with the team in terms of what we wanted to do in the upcoming weeks and whether we want to play here or not, because it's just a difficult week. I'm not 22, 23 years old, so that I can kind of start building up a little bit more quicker. But in the same time, I think where I was physically coming from Miami, I didn't feel bad at all. So I was able to to add some hours and in the same time just play and compete. This is way more important to me right now than in a way than anything else. And little by little, let's see how everything else unfolds. But I just feel I'm in a good place and just playing out there. Yeah, that's all.
You said physically you were in a pretty good place coming from Miami. We were a little concerned after that very long match you had there, fluids, everything. Were you able to recover from that pretty quick?
Not pretty quick, but I was able to recover, I think, quick enough in order for me to kind of get back at it. And of course, the energy varies a lot. Like I'm not gonna lie. Of course, there's days that it takes a lot more for me to pick it up. But I was, again, as I said, I'm just trying to keep my head down and stay within my zone, and whatever else happens. Honestly, I could have just as easily lost the match today, but I don't think it would have changed much for me. But again, I'm in the next round, so I'm gonna look forward for that.
It was brilliant to watch the tennis you played in Miami. You played some special tennis there. For your standards, maybe not the tennis you wanted leading into Miami, but did Miami help shift things around a little bit?
I think it's too early to tell. I think it was just a good stepping stone. That's it. I think that's it. I think beginning of the year, very, very weird and strange in the same time. There was just stop and go. I wasn't able to compete well in a way at the end of tournaments. My movement was also a little bit off. So there's so many things that were kind of going against it, but you have to stay strong. I think in our sport, one of the most important things is to be resilient. That's it. And then just do your work every single day.
You don't have the career that you've had without mental resiliency, for sure. It's a very different feeling, I'm sure, playing here in Monaco. What's the competing for you like, playing at this sort of home court for you?
Yeah, it's honestly, it's a very interesting thing. I always feel like each year is like it becomes more and more humbling because I realize how special it is. If I'm not traveling around the world, I'm right here.
Right.
So it kind of, like even now when I'm coming with my car, I'm just coming to play, coming to practice, coming to play. And then I think it kind of also takes off a little bit of that, which is not the best thing to say, but it kind of takes away from that edge of like being at a tournament, and then you're able to enjoy it, I think, a little bit more. And yeah, today was no different. So yeah, hopefully I can keep on delivering.
You don't get to do it. Some players who live in Miami got it in Miami, but sleeping on your own bed, that's a ridiculous luxury.
Yeah, yes. I completely agree with you, honestly. Like I was just home and I woke up this morning, I showered. I was like, okay, that's cool. I don't have to rush and, get the transport and get here and do that. So I kind of know my habits very well out here. So I don't need to do something out of the ordinary, and also in the same time that helps me to save some energy.
I know you're a guy who's very good at living in the present, but can you give me an idea of what you would like to see from yourself this clay court season?
I would like more from myself. I think I've always felt good on the clay. It's been a very up and down seasons overall, and you know, there has been some really good results and really difficult results. So I think for me this year, I just want to first to stay healthy because I think that's the most important thing for me, and second, you know, step up to the challenge. You know, especially on the clay. I like this surface. I had some good success even when I was a junior. I've never shied away. I grew up on clay,
Yeah.
so why not keep on building on that?
Well, G, you're off to a great start here. A couple times in the semis. Wish you all the very best of luck
Thank
to go
you.
even further.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.